A proposal to put housing on a Christchurch park, which is currently used as a golf course, has been called a land grab in the name of earthquake recovery. Now, the proposal is part of a government plan for the earthquake-damaged red zone. However, the park is not within the red zone. Rachel Graham went out to the Rafiti golf course in the Christchurch suburb of New Brighton to speak to some locals.
Rafiti golf course has been around since the 1930s and is part of Rafiti Domain over the road from the beach in eastern Christchurch. Regenerate Christchurch, a government agency tasked with developing a plan for the red zone land, has recently put out 10 proposals for public consultation. The proposals suggest a mix of future land uses, including cycleways, flood mitigation, recreation areas and housing. 5 of the 10 proposals include what is described as a land swap. Avondale Golf Course and Rafiti would be turned into housing with a total of around 900 homes. A new golf course would then be created on earthquake-damaged land. Kathy Baker is part of a group called Guardians of Rafiti, which was established 3 years ago when the council looked at closing the golf course. She says people are outraged that once again the well-used green space is under threat.
People are angry. Could I say the peasants are rising? They're very angry because this is the heart of our community. And interestingly, Guardians had a meeting with park rangers a couple of weeks ago and they were saying there's so much pressure in the domain for sporting fields, and even if they wanted to move the golf course, let's use the golf course space for sporting fields.
Along with Kathy Baker, Robbie Bagent is part of a group of around 20 locals who have sent an open letter to Regenerate Christchurch asking them to hold public meetings to allow people to be better informed and to extend the consultation period. Mr Bagent and Mrs Baker say at the moment the proposal feels like a land grab and people don't feel they have enough time or information to have their say. Robbie Bagent says the 10 proposals include many positive suggestions for the red zone, but including Rafiti Domain is undermining Regenerate's own consultation process.
When 5 of their 10 options show a land swap with Rafiti, it shifts people's focus to that, so it comes away from the red zone and it's not beneficial to them to get some decent feedback. You know, I mean, we've had enough asset stripping going on over here as it is, and the golf course is a massive asset to this community.
Mr Bagent says if Regenerate want to increase housing in the area, they should look to the red zone land.
When the area was red zoned, it was never said it couldn't be put back into housing. It was always on a mandate that it was cheaper to remediate land on a large scale, and then it could go back to housing rather than doing it on an individual property basis. That mandate still stands. There's no reason that can't be done. It just feels like they're taking an easy out.
No one from Regenerate Christchurch was available for an interview, but it released a statement from Chief Executive Ivan Iafeta. Mr Iafeta says the public and council feedback had encouraged them to look at the land outside of the red zone as part of the regeneration plan. He says 5,442 houses are no longer in East Christchurch, and this has affected the area in many ways, including the local economy and the membership of various clubs and societies. Mr Iafeta says residential development is one way of increasing the local population and economy. A report from Regenerate Christchurch also states that the strongest financial benefits come from the land swap option. In response to the request for more community engagement, Regenerate staff have attended a New Brighton weekend market and will continue to for the next 2 weeks. Mr Iafeta says they already have around 600 submissions and aren't planning to extend the closing date, which ends on Monday 6th of November. In Christchurch for Checkpoint, this is Rachel Graham.